Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning back in today. If you watched yesterday's video, then you heard my thoughts on what your first step should be if you want to be an entrepreneur or you want to get a business started. It basically just includes the first baby things that you need to do and the number one thing that I think is important. Again, my name is Jeremy Montoya. I'm one of the hosts of the Final Clockout podcast and the author of WhileYou'reSleeping.com. And today I wanted to share with you why I absolutely hate social media. As all of these services and now apps have come out, I find myself just without time. Addicted to following up, addicted to going in and tweeting, addicted to checking the Instagram posts. Think about it right now. How many of us wake up and the first thing we check is our phone? So to remedy that, the time that it took out of my day and just the feeling of being dependent on something. I'd get a phone call and the first thing I would do when I would hang up, even if I wasn't on my phone before, I go to Twitter, I go to Facebook, or I go to Vine, whatever it would be, and it just occupies the hell out of my time. So over time, I've just begun to delete the apps from my iPhone, or I tuck it in a folder away that makes it much harder for me to access. Now, that's the reason why I hate social media, but I have some ideas on and things I wanted to share for how I've begun to use it in a different way and how you might be able to get some time back as well. So because my schedule just continues to get more and more full, and because I do want to have more time freedom for myself, I can't be dependent on these little things to keep me, my brand, or my business going. So there are tools and a bunch of things that you can do to figure all of that stuff out for automation and those sort of things. But what it comes down to is when you are using social media, it all depends on what you want to use it for. And as I've started the podcast and started my own website, what I've realized is that these social networks are absolutely magical and they can connect you with people from all over the world. On the podcast, we bring on one of our great friends. His name is James too, from Australia. One day, I think I sent a tweet out and he favored it or responded, and he and I went back and forth a few times. And we ended up becoming good friends over Twitter, over Skype, and we've been on each other's shows. He had Taylor and I on his. And it's just incredible to think that without that, just a few years ago, it wouldn't have been possible. And think about what our parents grew up with, right? Like they didn't like when we would text them, and now they're texting and Snapchatting and doing all of those things now as well. So it's crazy how our society has moved to those things, but it's absolutely phenomenal for what it can do if you're starting or if you own a business already or if you ever do decide that you want to build a brand of some kind. Now, I've tried this in the past many times as far as building a following, and when you know how to use social media right, it can really be profound. So in tomorrow's video, I'm going to share with you the one way I've started to use Twitter just a little bit differently and what it's done for me, my following, and just for my network for growing and building that audience. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Peace out.